if you were to give us, a beginner's guide to world cinema, that these are the 5 films that you have to watch, what would they be?
Top of my head, I mean, I guess that's Apur Sansar by Satyajit Ray is a must for any film lover. I think Bicycle Thief is a no-brainer. I think Tokyo Story, Ozu. I think there's something really beautiful about some of the contemporary, films right now. There's a film called Garam Hawa by Satya, which is, I think, the most definitive film about partition and Muslim and the Muslim Hindu and the division of country and secularism. I think it's just stunning. And out of the most contemporary films, there was one that I saw that was, I think, there's a film by Shyam Benegal called Nishant, which is superb. Shabana Azmi and Nasiruddin Shah and Amrish Puri, and it's an amazing film about class. So I think when I think of these films are in many ways what define Indian cinema as it is today.
It's interesting. I'm surprised you didn't say something like Jurassic Park. No, I'm kidding.
Oh yeah, I should have.
Well, I think because
but there are some really
Yeah.
great Hollywood films.
Yeah.
I mean, but I just the ones I could.
Yeah.
That's right. I didn't name one film from North America.
No, that's
I mean,
fine.
it's one's Italian, one's Japanese, one's Indian, and
Yeah.
most are Indian. I guess that's my cinema that I've been.
What I find sometimes with mainstream Hollywood films, even Indian films, is that there's a constant sense of noise. And in your films and the films you mentioned, there's silence. There's a time taken for beats. How do you incorporate that silence into your work?
I think it's for me. It's cinema is about showing and not telling. So if you're going to show what you feel, it doesn't necessarily mean it has to be accompanied by words, and that's what the overkill is. When you show it in Bollywood films, and then you also hear it, and you have not only are they dancing it, but they're also singing it. It's like a double whammy. It's great fun. I mean, I'm not putting it down for that, but it's but fun isn't introspective.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There was an interesting story that I found out online about your first day on the set. Could you tell us that story?
I don't know which one it is, but the one that I remember is that I had a viewfinder. Is that the one? Yeah, it had been given to me by somebody. I don't know. I think it was my ex-husband, and I felt that okay, this is what directors do. They wear viewfinders around their neck, and then they look at something and they say, okay, Naveen, this is a close-up and this is a tight shot. And I had a wonderful cinematographer for my first film called Guy Defoe, who's French-Canadian and has done, all of Denny Khan's films. He's just brilliant. And he loved the script and he didn't mind working with a first-time director. And so I came to set with this and I sort of looking around like that. And I think what Guy said to me was that, you have to take the cover off. Because that was, the whole thing is that, and this is what I tell young filmmakers, you don't have to know everything. The great thing about making films is that there are people around you who are very good at their field, but what you have to do as a director is to be able to communicate that. Your job is to look at the whole vision, but if you don't know what a close-up is or what a wide shot is or what a long shot is, it doesn't matter, your cinematographer would. And Guy said something wonderful to me, and he said, Deepa, you don't need that. This is a close-up, this is a medium shot, and the full length of your body is a long shot. And I've never ever used a viewfinder since then. It's intimidating because you have 150 people around and everybody's quiet and you have to look as if you know what you're doing, and which isn't. I mean, now it's so. Sometimes I would just I say, and I look at a set and and everything's going the way it is, and the camera person might come up to me and say, so where do you want the camera to be, so we can start shooting it? And I said, now I say, I don't know. Give me 5 minutes and let me think about it. So I wish I'd known that earlier, because it's much better to be honest about what you don't know than what you do know.
And so it came to pass that without passport or permit, I returned in Parvati's basket of invisibility to India. my India, the land of my birth.
Now, people don't know about you so much is that you're a great storyteller and you love jokes.
Yes, I do. I love jokes.
Tell us your favorite joke.
But the thing is, I love jokes because I don't remember any.
Even a knock knock?
Knock knock. No, I'm terrible at remembering jokes, but I just go nuts when I try and remember any to tell. I mean, there's a great one that I heard recently, but can I remember? You tell me one.
I find that I don't remember jokes either, but it's more situational. Where people are there, I can make fun of them.
Yeah.
When people are there, I can remember things and bring it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's great to laugh. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
wow, that's really clever.
There's an interesting a scene from a TV show that I saw where it said comedy lives in the wide shot. This idea that
Oh, that sounds like the New Yorker.
Yes.
That's why I love the New Yorker. And I was having dinner with somebody, and it's a really bright guy, and and he was talking about, and he's white, and he was talking about I don't know, going to India to look for films or something, and he said, Deepa, I think that the great divide in the next generation is not going to be between the brown and the white. It's going to be between the people who know how to negotiate and the people who do not. And he says the point is most white people do not know how to negotiate. And I thought to myself that there's a truism in that. Because as you know, I mean, cultural divides are becoming more and more, ambiguous, if you will. And it's becoming more about economy. That's what's defining the world right now.
it's also the assumption of power, the assumption of authority.
Yeah,
That's being
totally.
undercut now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It's coming up soon. You have a film you're working on right now. Tell us about that film.
It's a film called Secret Daughters. It's based on a book of the same name, and it's a book that really moved me tremendously because it's about about the total amalgamation of what it means to be a white mother who's adopted a brown kid from India. And I thought, my God, it's not about, because now the idea of a white woman and a brown man is living together, I mean, it's like so passe in many ways, because we've done that and, we've dealt with it. But I thought the motherhood is just very, very different. And of course, that's what's happening, where you have Madonna with her black kid and this one with a black kid, and there's no sort of why, you wonder, or you have Angelina Jolie with her brood, and what does it mean to adopt, and the responsibility, and can you connect with somebody? And we're not talking about an adult, but we're talking about a child. Can you connect with a child?
It's so interesting because it also speaks to facts of colonialism, the savior mentality.
Oh, I know. It's really, it is. And, and that's what I love in the book, because it does address that. I mean, how much is it that I'm saving somebody? I'm saving somebody from the abject penury and exactly, and female feticide and blah blah blah, and all of that is true. But that baggage that you actually impose on a kid is enormous. So it's about the growth of this white woman and their relationship, which isn't always pleasant, but it's very, very strong.